Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the Quran journey. And today we'll be moving on to lesson 5. In our previous lesson, there's something new, one new thing that we learned is we were introduced the harakats, right? The harakats, right? We learned we learned about the fatha, right? The fatha vowel sign, right? We learned about the kasra and also as well as the dhamma, right? We know the fatha gives an a sound, the kasra gives an e sound, and then the dhamma gives an u sound, right? And then we used the jim as an example, right, to help us sound out these harakats, right? The fatha sound, the kasra sound, the dhamma sound, right? With jim fatha is ja, jim kasra is ji, jim dhamma is ju, right? So we're looking at the letter first, and then we apply the sound on top of it. All right. So inshallah, today we're gonna move on to lesson 5, inshallah. And lesson 5, we're building off from lesson 4. All these lessons are gonna be building off from one another. All right. So that's why it's so important to make sure that you master the lesson before moving on to the next lesson. All right. So again, this was for lesson the Fatha Kasra Dhamma. We've learned that already, inshallah. All right, we learned that already, mashallah. All right. Now today's lesson, the new thing that we're gonna learn in this lesson will be the fathatain, the tanween. All right, tanween, the tanween sound, the tanween sound. All right. So the one thing that we're gonna be learning today is the tanween sound. All right. Now, what is tanween? Right. So the tanween is when we have two fatha, like two fathas on one letter, like a double fatha, a double kasra, a double dhamma. I know you guys saying like, what does that mean? A sabr. Let me explain that. All right. So the tanween, we have the same way we have the fatha kasra dhamma structure is the same structure. All right. The same way we have the dhamma kasra structure is the same structure. All right. Is the same structure. All right. But now, instead of fatha, we have fatha tain. Alright? Instead of fatha, we have fatha tain. Instead of kasra, we have kasra tain. Instead of kasra, we have kasra tain. Instead of just dhamma, we have dhamma tain. Instead of just dhamma, we have dhamma tain. Alright? So again, remember we said a fatha, the fatha tain, the tanween are just doubled, right? So we know fatha is just one small vertical line on top, right? Right? The fatha is just one small vertical line on top. Now fathatain will be 2. Kasratain will be 2. Right? Instead of one vertical line, short vertical line below, it will be doubled. Dhammatain, it will be 2. So we have fathatain, kasratain, dhammatain, tain. Right? So the fatha, tain, kasra, tain, dhamma, tain. Are we following? Now we're gonna go over the sounding of each of these tanween tanween rules. Alright? The fathatain, similar to the fatha, it has an an sound. So fatha is fathatain is an. Fatha is an sound, fathatain is an sound. So an. Alright, so the noon is being added. The n is being added to the sound of the letter. So let's let's use a letter. Let's use a letter. What letter should I use? Can you guess what letter I'm going to use? Let's see. Let's use ta. Right? Ta. Alright? So ta with a fathatain, remember fathatain has an sound. So ta with a fathatain will be ton, right? Not ta, but ton. The noon, the n sound comes in, right? Ton. So the fathatain gives an sound. Therefore ta with a fathatain is ton, right? Now, so that's for fathatain. Now what about kasratain? Right? So we said fatha, fathatain. Kasra, so fatha, fathatain, and then an. Kasra, kasratain. E, and then in. Right? Same concept. E is for kasra, in is for kasratain. So let's use ta. Right? Let's use ta. Right? We have our ta. Now I'm going to apply the kasratain sign. Right? Two short little, I've been saying vertical this whole time, correct? Horizontal. I know y'all like, yo, he don't know his verticals and horizontals. Yeah. Right? So two short like lines below. Right? Yeah, so in sound. So ta with the kasratain is twin, ton, right? Ton, and then we have twin, and then we have twin. Fathatain, fatha, fathatain. Kasra, kasratain. An. E, in. Now we're going to go to dhammatain. Alright? Dhammatain. Again, we're going to still use the same, letter, which is our ta. Alright? And then we're going to apply it with a dhammatain. Right? So if fathatain is an an sound and kasratain is an in sound, what sound will be dhammatain? It will be an un sound, right? Since dhamma is already a u sound, dhammatain is un, right? So ta with dhammatain is ton. Understand? So that's our lesson for tanween, right? Fathatain, kasratain, and dhammatain. Alright? Inshallah. Now let's move on to the lesson itself. We'll go over a few lines just to demonstrate how it should be pronounced. Alright? So you see lesson 5, right? And we're working with lesson 5, we're going to be practicing with our tanween. Right? We're going to be practicing with our what? Our tanween. And then we said we have Um, we have our fathatain. Right, we have our kasratain. And then we have our dhammatain. Alright? Now, one thing that I didn't mention, right? I'm going to mention now, right? If you notice here, right? All the fathatains that we see here, 1, 2, 3, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, where else? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? All the fathatains we see, right? There's something special that's going on here, right? What do you notice? What do you notice about all the letters that are carrying fathatain? What do you notice? What do you notice? Right? All the letters with fathatain, we see there's an alif that has been attached to the letters. Right? There's an what? There's an alif that has been attached to all the letters with fathatain. Alright? So fathatain and alif, it has, they have a special relationship. Alright? Fathatain and alif has a special relationship. Whenever you see fathatain, you're just going to see a silent alif. So alif is going to be attached to it. Alif loves to follow fathatain. We don't pronounce the alif, but we'll always see it with fathatain. For some letters, instead of seeing alif, we will see ya. For example, dal, right? And it's just dependent on how the word is structured, depending on the word, right? Sometimes we also see ya, right, attached to the fathatain. All right. Where else? Right. Mostly we will see just fathat. We will see the alif attached to the letter that has fathatain. All right. But we don't pronounce the alif. All right. So for our first one, we have mim fathatain man, because mim has a sound. Fathatain man. Mim kasratain min. Man min. Mim dhammatain mun, because dhammatain has a sound. So man, min, mun. Move on to the next one. Ba, right? We know this is ba. So again, if you still struggle recognizing letters, you probably need to go back to lesson 2 or lesson 1. Right? So now this lesson, right? You gotta already know how to you gotta able to already know how to recognize the letters, right? When they're attached with other letters, right? When they're by themselves or when they're attached. All right. So we know this is ba because it just has one dot below. So ba fathatain ban. Ba kasratain bin. Ban and bin. Ba dhammatain bun. We have ban, bin, bun. Also one thing, right? We see the dhammatain, right? So instead of two dhammatains, right? Just for the art style, just to the art styling, right? Just make it more simple. At times we will just see the wow, and the second wow will just go above it like this. Alright? Just to show the dhammatain. Alright? And that's just like the written style. Alright? Next letter we have wow, fathatain, one. We see the alif next to it. How we're not pronouncing this alif. Remember, alif just love fathatain. Alif loves to follow fathatain. Alright, so you're just gonna see alif with fathatain. We don't pronounce it. So wow, fathatain, one. Because wa starts with a w sound. Right? Fathatain is an an sound, so one. Wow, kasratain, win. One, win. Wow, dhammatain, won. One, win. One, win, won. We have, what letter is this? Fa, right? So fa starts with a f. So fa, fathatain, fan. Fa, kasratain, fin. We have fan, fin. Fa, dhammatain, fun. Fan, fin, fun. We have letters, this is tha, tha. So tha, fathatain is than. Tha, kasratain is thin, than, thin. Tha, dhammatain is thun, than, thin, thun. What letter is this? We said is tha. Let's not forget tha and tha. Remember, we attach our we place our tongue below our front teeth, right? With tha, it's more like, you know, you're placing it there, but you're not pressing. Tha, you're actually pressing your tongue on your teeth on your tongue. Tha, right? Not too much, but it's pressed on more than tha. Tha is just smooth, right? Tha, and we have tha. We see here tha, instead of the alif being here this time, it's just ya, right? But just know fathatain, always there's either alif or ya that comes after it. That's just there, sitting there, chilling. So dhal, fathatain, then. Dhal, kasratain, then. Then, then. Dha, dhammatain, dhun. Then, then, dhun. We have dha, fathatain, dhan. Dha, kasratain, dhin. Dhan, dhin. Dha, dhammatain, dhun. Dhan, dhin, dhun. We have za, fathatain, zan. Za, kasratain, zin. Zan, zin. Za, dhammatain, zun. Zan, zin, zun. Inshallah, that is that for our tanween lesson. Remember, these are called tanween. Alright? The tanween. Alright? And you know, we have our an, in, un sound. Inshallah, go over it. Just continue with the next video to practice the lesson, inshallah, and make sure everything is mastered before we move on to the next lesson, inshallah. Alright? And again, if you have any questions, you need any help, any concerns, please reach out, inshallah, and I'll be able to support you. Alright? Alright. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.